UCC for October. There's some beautiful weather out there, starting to turn a little bit cooler now. But, it is October, so it's supposed to be a little bit cooler. Just as a reminder, October is Tackling Hunger Month, and here are some of the things you can do. Donate some non-perishable food to your local homeless. So you can do a bulk food drive, canned goods, peanut butter, dry beans, stuff that has a longer shelf life than normally would. Or you can donate money where they can take that monetary donation. And sometimes that's even the best way to go, because with some of these food shelters, they'll do a deal with the grocery stores or local provider, and they know what they're doing with it, so they may give them a discount. So, again, you can donate money, or if you don't feel like doing that, you can go out and support your bank by volunteering your time, right? Either behind the scenes or interacting with some of the folks who are there receiving that donation. We have Thanksgiving right around the corner, and then Christmas. And with inflation being as high as it is, there are a lot of folks in need. Even though we may have it bad off, there's somebody out there who does have it worse than us. So if you are able, please contribute to that to help folks out that are in need. We'll do some safety tips in here for Halloween, since it is right around the corner. Have a way to reach your kids, a portable device, phone, texting, in case they need to reach out to you or you need to make contact with them. Make sure you check all the treats before the kids consume them. If you're out there driving, drive carefully, especially in neighborhoods that have cars parked on either side. Sometimes kids will pop out without paying attention, especially if there's some really good candy on the other side of the street. Have the kids wear some light colored clothing, and even a device that'll light them up, like a flashlight. I've even said take the chem lights that the military has. They come in different colors. You break them in half. They're non-toxic. They won't hurt anybody if they get cut open. But break them in half, shake them, and then they'll stay good anywhere from 8 to 12 hours, depending on the color that you choose. If your kids are allergic to any type of nut allergy or coconut allergy or whatever it is, just make sure that you separate that food before they start consuming it. If you are giving out treats that night, keep your light on the front porch so they'll know that you are available to give out candy. Army security system, if you're going to be away, make sure your cameras are adjusted to where areas that you need to cover. There's a lot of tricking going on besides treating. And last but not least, please use common sense when you're out and about. Here is a word from Mr. Louis Panzer. So the volume is continuing to climb, and you'll see that in the coming slides. And he wants you to remember to use the 3 C's: stay calm, be continuous, and communicate. And there's another slide and a couple more slides that he expounds on that just a little bit. Some letters going out to those who are continuing to dig without calling 811 first, and that is from the LRPC. And they're trying to understand the why of a no call, right? It's cheap insurance. I tell a lot of people. I was down at the beach this past week, and my buddy had a house down there. They were running a water line. And so I looked him up on my Near Ticket app. Yep, the guy did call it in, but he'd already trenched the new water line in. So I told him, I said, I didn't tell him I worked for 811, but I said, thank you for calling 811. He goes, yeah. He said, these guys, I called them, but they don't never locate. So I went in and did an in-depth search on my computer. Yes, he did call a ticket in, but he called the ticket in the day before, which was the 12th, and actually trenched on the 13th. And I tried to find him again and tell him, well, I know why they didn't locate, because you didn't give him 3 working days. So he would be in the category of one of the individuals who are continuing to dig. He did call a ticket in, but he didn't wait for it to mature. He just took a chance that he wouldn't hit anything. The CGA dirt report is supposed to be released the 18th of this month. I know that they are down in San Antonio now, so I don't know if it did get released, but they are having their national convention. I know, and I believe Lewis is down there now representing North Carolina 811. We are looking forward to bringing on the new liaison for the western part of North Carolina. He is supposed to start at the sometime at the end of the month. Bring him on board, get him up to speed, and let him take over that territory. Last but not least, enjoy the onset of fall and stay safe out there. Extraordinary circumstances, you may or may not know that somebody or a couple of entities did declare that when the remnants of Hurricane Ian came through. A couple of utilities did declare that. So if you ever need to find out if somebody in the past had declared it or they're declaring it now, especially if you call a locate in, hey, they'll let you know whether it's remote ticket entry or you're picking the phone up and calling. They'll let you know that the entities have declared an extraordinary circumstance and they're supposed to locate or pick up the locating again at such state. So if you want to check that out, you can go to the NC 811 webpage, click under resources and then member services. Just see that Excel spreadsheet. I cheat. I go to the NC 811 webpage and the little mirror up there or the little spyglass, magnifying glass, whatever you want to call it. I just type in extraordinary, hit enter, and then it brings you to that page as well. So there's a couple ways you can get to it. Here is the communication. Please confirm valid caller ID. So if you are the person calling in tickets, let's say Parrish is sitting in here calling tickets in, I would not put my information on there as the person to contact with questions out in the field. It would be the individual, crew leader, team lead, whatever they're calling them, that's actually out there in the field overseeing that job. Because you're going to call Parrish and you'll have a question, and I'm going to tell you, I work in the office. I don't know anything about that job. I just do what they tell me to do, that is no good for the information for the locators or excavator. Anybody's got a question, that's not good. So make sure that the folks who are requesting the locates, the individual who's going to be over that job out in the field is actually on that locate ticket as well, with a good phone number. I do your marks. So I know it's come up in the past, and Butch, I think you have brought it up in the past too. Folks aren't still IDing their marks. So at the beginning, you end, and every 200 linear foot in between there, you're supposed to see the operator ID indicated on the ground. Again, it's not a big deal when it comes to power or natural gas, where you've got an area that's saturated with communication, Google, you got Verizon, you've got your hometown provider, AT&T. A lot of times they're on the same side of the road. You nick or hit one, you don't know who to call. So again, the law change took place October of 2019, that these are supposed to be put in with the locates. And there's what it's going to look like when it is good to go. Again, this is part of the law change of 2019. Yeah, so if it's greater than, you remember, Butch? If it's greater than so many inches?
6 inches, I believe. Anything over 6 inches needs to be marked the size.
Yep, you're close. So greater than 4 inches. Anything greater than 4 inches, it has to be annotated on the ground. And that's going to be every 50 foot, beginning to end, and every 50 foot in between. All right, so there's the size of the utility and then the operator ID. All right. So what Lewis was alluding to earlier, the uptick in locate requests, and we're looking at September of last year versus last month. And you can see the ticket increase this is a little shy of 8%. Moving to the right, you can see a 6.8%, and that's going to be year to date. So that's going to be at the end of last month. A lot of tickets being called in. And transmissions, again, last month versus last year, a 3.4% increase, and year to date, a 3.0% increase. So in Harnett, you can see the 3-hour increase, 23.6. The new tickets increase as well, 6.4. And the ticket update, unfortunately, last month increased 28.8%. The average locate per day, 136 for Harnett. Johnston, the 3-hour really exploded from 282 to 619, just a little shy of 120. The new tickets increased as well, 28.5, and unfortunately, the ticket update increased as well, 15.6%. Average locate per day in Johnston, 307. So looking at the year to date, the 3-hour still staying steady, about 12%. The new tickets, 27.6%. So it's 16,229. And the ticket updates continue that steady climb as well, 62.6%, with an average locate per day of 146. And Johnston, the 3-hour, actually, even though it was blown up last month, year to date, it's actually down 15.4%. The new ticket at 12.4% at 30,244. And the ticket updates, 15,713 so far this year, is a 26.6% increase over this time last year. The average locates per day in Johnston, 258. So if we look at the locates that were called in for Harnett out of the 3,134, you can see Anderson Creek, Angier, is that Chalybeate Springs? Dunn, Irwin, Harnett, and Lillington. Lillington topped the list at 725. And Johnston, 7,064. Archer Lodge, Benson, Clayton. You've got Kenley, McGree Crossroads, Princeton, Selma, Smithfield, Willow Springs, Wilson Mills, and Zebulon. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Nope. I messed it up. So out of the damages that reported to 811 last month, you can see Harnett made the list at 13. And Johnston, I believe that's 57. So again, it is North Carolina law that if you do incur damage while you're digging, you need to call the utility owner so they can make the repair, and then call 811 so we can capture that information and roll it up. That way we know where to take our educational resources and really try to get if the water is doing a lot of the damages, then we're going to concentrate on the water departments and the training. State UCC is going to be next month, November the 8th, and that's going to be at Dominion Energy in Asheville. That does start at 10. You can go to the ncucc.org website, calendar events, for more information. The Underground Damage Prevention Review Board is meeting next door. I'm actually sitting at the 811 Center now in the business office, and they are next door at the event center. So as soon as they get done, I will lock up for them. The 811 board meeting is going to take place 10/21, and that's going to be from 8:30 to 11, and that will be in Wilmington at Hotel Ballast. If you'd like to attend, please reach out to Stephanie Brown. Stephanie at nc811.org is how you contact that young lady, and she will be more than happy to give you some guidance there. I believe it is available on the Teams platform as well, so it will be a hybrid meeting. The LRPC is going to meet next month, November the 16th. And again, that is going to be next door. So if you would like to attend, you can do it virtually or you can do it in person from 11 to 1. Mr. Howard Corey and myself will be at the NC State football game, October 27th. Again, I know we touch on this all the time, but if you are a Facebook fan, please go check us out, Safe Digging Sports. We have a webpage there, and I believe it is monitored by Mr. Steve Moore right now. but there are some podcasts on there from our previous liaison, Mr. Brian Morehouse. And then Ann has done one recently as well. So we try to get folks who spread the word through safe digging, through sports. A lot of folks are sports fanatics and they may not know about 811. And this is just one way that we can reach out there and spread the message. Hey, we want to highlight elections are coming next month. Not only do we want everybody to get out to vote, we also want to make sure that if you see somebody digging around a polling place, we do not want the communication tore out, the communication line or the power line. We want everybody's vote to count, and we do not want that stuff to go down. So if you have the app downloaded and you see somebody doing it, especially, on the day, last day of voting, please check that out. If they don't have a ticket, shut them down. Don't let anybody dig around there that don't have a ticket, because again, we want everybody's voice to be heard. We'd like to remind everybody you can invite a coworker or somebody who is a peer in the industry. Come on out and support the local UCCs. We need to get the numbers up. We will meet in person again next month, and that's going to be at Swan, the chicken and barbecue joint there in Smithfield. I think it's White Swan. Yeah, White Swan.
Did you ever get a hold of, what would you say it was, Mayflower?
Mayflower, yes, right around the corner. And I stopped there to 8, and then when we meet next month, I will reach out to them. Because
Okay.
again, it's going to be toward the end of the year, so I still got a little bit of time.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But it was pretty good. I wanted to stop and eat there first to make sure the food was good, and it was.
Well, I already invited our colleagues to our Harnett.
Halifax, Northampton.
Yeah, again.
Yeah, my new chairperson. Thank you for that. Again, as always, if you want to know what's going on within the NC 811 world, you can go to the NC 811 app. You can go to the NC 811 website or the NC UCC website to check us out. Again, if you go to the app or the website, you'll see that we're going to be at the NC State football game on the 27th. There is your good-looking NC 811 education team led by Miss Ann Rushing, who is in Texas right now. And the two Yahoos are bringing up the rear. Steve does a good job. I guess there's only one Yahoo, which is me. Yeah. Thank you for your time and attention. A copy of this PDF along with the sign-in roster with the video will be added to the NCUCC website, and I'm going to upload that as soon as we get done here. Steve will grab it, and whenever he waits till he gets a few of them, and then he upload them all at one time. All right. So if nobody has any questions and or comments, that concludes my presentation. Thank you. So let's go ahead and open up the floor to old business. Is there any old business?
Yes.
Okay.
I still haven't gotten the list yet. When can I anticipate on getting that from Leslie?
That's a good question. Let's send her an email right now while we're. Did you see that she sent an email back wanting to get some clarification on?
Yeah, and I responded to it.
Okay.
Because you said that's a great question. Let's ask Butch.
Yeah. You like how I did that? I threw you under the bus. So let's go, Leslie. All right, any other? Let's see. Yeah, that was 9/29.
And I know she's busy. That's why I hadn't really.
And she asked for a time frame as well, certain time frame. Did you respond to both of those?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let me send her another email to see. Yeah, I'll reply back to her.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. Like I said, I know
Yep.
she's busy. That's why I didn't really, do anything more with it, because I know there's a lot of information there.
Okay, I'll reach back out to her here, Butch.
Other than that, that's the only old news or old business.
That's actually on
That was actually for
the
the,
29th, yeah.
yeah. That was actually part of our Halifax meeting. We really didn't bring, or maybe we did bring it up on this meeting.
I think
I
you
can't
did.
remember.
I think you did. Divisions 4 and 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I just told her Division 4 is
Oh, yeah,
what
so
we
it's a
do.
multiple, yeah, Halifax, Edgecombe, Nash, Wilson, Johnston,
Yeah,
and Wayne counties.
exactly.
Yeah, we did a
So,
bunch.
so I figured there was a lot of work there to get that all together.
Okay, buddy. All right, man. Is there any new business we need to go over? Any new business? You guys got anything going on in Harnett Johnston? Road construction, I know they're doing the fiber overbuild in Halifax, Northampton, but what about Harnett Johnston? Is there any bridges or overbuild going on?
Well, just the same as what we brought up, the last time. Nothing's changed. We're working at the 70 business and 95, getting utilities moved for that bridge replacement over 95, and then we're in the process of a big construction project there at the 701, 301, 96, 95, with just below White Swan there on the 301.
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to be huge. That's going to have like 5 roundabouts or 6 roundabouts, something like that. And we're still in the process of doing the upgrade to 70 to interstate status right there in Wilson Mills, which is Johnston County right there. Once we're done with that, then we're going to be moving on to Princeton, which is just at the edge of Johnston and Wayne connection. That'll be our next area of upgrade. But and 42, we're still doing the work on 42 there in Clayton. Or we're winding it up though. I mean, we're getting pretty close to the end there. Pretty soon that'll be opened up. That's the 42 heading toward Wilson. Other than that, we got a few bridge projects and I think that's about it.
Okay. Mr. Kyle, you got anything for the good of the group, buddy?
No, I don't think so. I think Butch covered it. Not many changes since the last meeting.
Yeah, he stole all your thunder, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'll
Well,
let
the
him
good thing
do it.
about this being all virtual is I'm recording it and somebody can, that doesn't usually attend the meeting that wants to know what's going on. They can go back and watch the recording and it'll be in your words verbatim. So,
Yep.
all right, very good. So gentlemen, the next time we get together is going to be next month. Again, it's going to be in person at the White Swan Chicken and Barbecue, or barbecue and chicken. That's going to be the 15th. White Swan's Barbecue and Fried Chicken, the 15th of November. All right. So until then, I hope everybody stays safe and has a great day. And I am going to stop recording.